Welcome to San Diego Unified's 2022 Critical Concepts and Proficiency Scales information video. This video will orient you to the revised San Diego Unified Critical Concepts and Proficiency Scales for secondary science. What are critical concepts? San Diego Unified Critical Concepts for ELA, Math, and Science were adopted in 2017. In 2020, those three content areas revised the critical concepts, and all other content areas created new critical concepts and proficiency scales. Critical concepts are grouped prioritized standards for a specific content area and grade level. All San Diego Unified critical concepts are developed from the adopted California standards for each content area. What are proficiency scales? Each critical concept has a proficiency scale, which demonstrates students' learning progression. Proficiency scales are tools used to show what progress looks like as a student moves towards the critical concept's learning targets. In 2020-2021, the critical concepts were revised along with their accompanying proficiency scales. A group of teachers, the Science Fellows, worked with central office staff to revise critical concepts and proficiency scales, which included prioritizing performance expectations from the original 2017 San Diego Unified Critical Concepts and Proficiency Scales. The Fellows team and central office staff reduced the number of critical concepts, ultimately updating the number and structure of the secondary science critical concepts. This revision included input from science teachers throughout the district who participated in think tanks, answered surveys, and participated on the Science Fellows team. Let's take a look at how to read a proficiency scale. At the top, you will see the title and course of the critical concept. In this example, you see that this critical concept, B1, Ecosystem Dynamics, or the first biology critical concept. The colored section of the scales are the course level targets. These targets explain what students should be able to do by the end of the course. If students meet these targets on an assessment, they will receive a score of 3. A score of 4 shows that a student's performance for this critical concept is beyond the course level targets. There may be different ways that a student can demonstrate this, but a student at this level can independently make sense of and apply this critical concept. The area in the bottom half of the proficiency scale shows a selection of the supporting skills and knowledge that students might show as they approach course level learning targets. Students will score in this area as they are progressing in their learning. Level 1 indicates that there is insufficient evidence to determine a proficiency level. It would make sense for students to receive scores toward the bottom of the scale toward the beginning of the course and move up as they have more practice and receive more feedback in their progress with this critical concept. Our science standards, the NGSS or Next Generation Science Standards, are three-dimensional. There are the science and engineering practices, how we do science, the cross-cutting concepts, how we think in science, and the disciplinary core ideas, what we know in science. Therefore, our critical concepts must be three-dimensional as well. Our critical concept content includes both the DCI and CCC. They are then paired with one or more of our SEPs to form a three-dimensional critical concept. Please visit the Standards-Based Learning Family Engagement site for more information. You can use your camera to take a picture of the QR code and then click the link to go to the correct site, or you can type the address listed below the link, sites.google.com/sandy.net/SBL.